be training. Maybe it's whatever. Perhaps I should be training more, or probably saying like, young man, this fighter should be training a little bit more and take a look at where his weaknesses are and go hard at them. Even where you feel the most discomfort, attack. And feel like garbage, like what you really don't like, to go full blast in with it. I know what to tell you, because you should all know this in mixed martial arts. You should be able to fight, to grapple, balance, conditioning, technique, know where you're at without seeing, have the fifth sense of full blast, or something that GPS is into now. With the balancing, I've done that since I was a kid, but like he does something else that is pretty cool. You stand on the board and these pipes. Mighty Mouse. I saw the thing with Mighty Mouse or whatever. But anyway, that's another thing too, though, that has dots on the wall. I used to do this, but I used to do another one that's more hardcore with moving objects. It's probably testing another thing. The thing that he's doing is like, I understand, because you're working out the muscle. But so you can, instead of moving your head, you just look with your eyes, and you're quicker with it because you're already trained to just looking with your eyes real fast. He says that he did that before doing this backflip session that he was going to do. So he couldn't do it because he was all disoriented. It was too much, he was exhausted with his eyes. So anyway, I was going perhaps I'm training in another method, but back in the day, now, I really don't need to look at you. Like, me looking is like I'm seeing around 360, You throw a punch from the side or from my blind side or whatever, I see everything coming at once. I don't need to shift my eyes. But perhaps I'm doing something completely different, so who knows? I'm not trying to say, don't do this or don't do that. Everything's a workout in it. They say mastery is, like Bruce Lee always says, I'm more afraid of a dude that has done the same kick 1,000 times and knows 1,000 different type of kicks. Miyamoto Musashi, it's like patience, my friend, patience. He has a whole bunch of quotes there. I mean, take everything into your own thing. I don't know, just thought I'd throw that out there. So I guess that unless I have some wild dream in the future, this is it with the wild dreams, I guess, or just the dreams in general, alright? So I got something to say. Imagine you're in a reality. We are in this reality, and you have a choice. Either die or get microchipped to live forever. So you put yourself in another reality instead of dying and going back a reality. There could be heaven and all that, but just let's take it this way. You either die or you try and live forever, so you enter the microchip world, the hive mind world, or whatever. So, alright, you're in level, whatever it may be, 1 to infinity. Let's say we're at 1 level, right? So you choose to die and go back a level. It's like, alright, man, I didn't go into that reality, so I'm going back into a reality that I was once in. And then the other person just keeps on going, living an altered, made-up reality. Keep on going forward like that. They never reach the truth. They go, I don't like this, I want to live forever. They keep on changing it up. It's like stacking a pack of discs together, and by the time you know, you went from 1,000 to 10 billion or whatever the case may be. So how about this? So going forward is like you keep on creating the best version of what you think your altered reality, whatever technology's out there, whatever it may be. Keep going forward with adjusting the naturalism of things, right? Or on the other end, you choose to die. Naturally, of course. You choose to die, you experience the life, and then you go back. This all started at one point, so let's say you're deep in this. We're probably where we need to be right now. We're just waiting to be God in the name of Jesus. All that stuff, go to heaven and all that stuff, whatever it may be, nobody ever knows. But let's go into this story. So anyway, so you die naturally, right? So you either go to heaven, but let's say on the other thing, on the other side of it, you kept on choosing artificial realities, right? And this time you said and you're in a group with all these people. Some people move forward, some people either go up or they go back down with you, right? So anyway, we're here, let's say we're here to tell people like, yo man, don't choose the chip. Don't go into this altered reality. Don't go into this altered reality. So we're here and we're helping each other out. So like, yo man, let it be. Let nature take its course. So boom, you die naturally, and then we're back to another level. Some again taking into the level we're at, but the rest of us, we're going like, nah man, we're doing things with the natural order. So we keep on dying naturally, keep on going backwards, try to help each other, going like, yo man, don't do it, let's head over to the prime reality, the core, the source code, whatever, the realest of realities. So we keep on doing this, helping each other out, keep on going back. Some of them get lost, either going forward or backwards, but we're strict with it, right? We're strict with it here, man. We know what we're talking about. We're taking this natural all the way through, and it may get harder the further you go up, or maybe it gets harder the further you go back. So, chip, I'm not taking this altered reality. All right, man. We all together, I'm just alone. Let's see what happens. And then you choose to die naturally again. And finally, you reach reality, which is either heaven or, actual reality. We might just be playing a gigantic video game without even knowing it. But finally, we get to the reality that we're at. Maybe it's as easy as dying naturally and you go to heaven, or maybe this is a game. There's also a thing that we chose to be in this reality. So if that's the case, we chose, nobody knows. But let's say it goes this way, then finally, we reach the end. Some people still fight, the temptation that may get harder or it may get easier. Like, nah, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Game over. Some people go like, I like this version better. You don't know what you can find on the other side either. It could be even worse. That's probably why we're in here. But at the same time, we could be brainwashed to finally get to the real reality, to change things and go like, nah man, yo, this has gone far enough. Well, you want to be in like the 1 billionth video game? Like, nah, go all the way back. Choose real reality, and perhaps you live forever in that reality. That's the concept of heaven, right? Like, yo man, you live forever, hopefully and if you go to hell, there's so many stories about how like you get destroyed or you suffer forever, or so many like things that you don't want to deal with. You just want to be happy for eternity and infinite growth. Nothing gets boring, and because that's our story too. If everything's perfect in one case, like, yo, what am I gonna do? So supposedly there's always something to do. You're always gonna be busy. The creator already knows everything though. That's everything is done. Perfection, so what are you gonna do? You're stuck in this type of thought, but if there are things that we can't even comprehend. Is what would probably be said about this. It's like it doesn't like different laws apply to different realms and different there's things that are different that like I used to say driving, stop signs are only a suggestion. I was real safe though, don't get me wrong, but I knew when so a lot of people go like, yo man, you're freaking crazy. No, I'm wild, that's what I am, right? But anyway, no one ever got hurt. I knew what I was doing. So yeah, so that's it's a thought. It's one heck of a thought. So I guess with that'll be the end of the holotape. All right, the holotape sessions, I guess. Anyway, I'll check you out.